I know you heroes are normally just flying across the sky without a care in the world, but if you've got a moment, there's... some criminals close by, so, little help?
Sir, I am... What? The trains...
Roxxon really needs to improve on its safety.
Okay, sorry for the delay, everyone. If anyone's out there watching. Evil Penguin's going to be joining me here shortly.
Oh, man.
Be careful! I'm flying!
One of these days, I'll get it and smash it. And someone else Would you like to see a picture of my great-grandchildren? What am I saying? Of course you would.
Oh, come closer! I want to take a selfie and show it to my great-granddaughter! So many knickknacks. But which to choose?
Hello? Cool. I just got home about a half hour ago. Trying to unwind.
Yeah, I haven't. I've been home for about an hour.
What'd you guys do? Go straight from shopping out to the game?
Oh no, she had to go to work.
Ah. Lame.
So I mean, we just did the shopping after after I got out of work, and then came home and chilled for a little while, and I did some of my grinding on my Kingdom Heart, which I'll probably do right now also. Once I change all the volume.
But which to choose?
Oh, I'll put the headphones, just chat audio. That way I can turn the regular TV down. And I can jump on Kingdom Hearts and talk to you and grind at the same time.
It's the best of both worlds. I was sitting here looking at my phone like, man, this hasn't worked out very well so far. It's probably better.
The husband and I had a fight the other day.
I'm probably gonna have to replace this phone because,
let's just say,
according to my mom,
marriages have never been a strong
you can't just
point
get like
for
a
me.
new battery for it. You got to get a whole new phone. Which is another issue I'm having with it, is the battery starting to like do the thing where it's
Anyway, I thought I'd get him a souvenir to help
it doesn't take long to charge
Maybe a
it, but it
Hulk
doesn't take
selfie in
long to
front
run
of
it
the
out
Washington
anymore
Monument
either.
with it.
Oh, yeah, I've had phones like that in the past.
It'd be
I mean, I think
even
it's just
better
kind
if I
of
could get a shot with all the water fountains on at once. I tried using my powers to manipulate them, but can't quite get it right.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Maybe you can
My
figure it
mission.
out? I think each switch controls multiple fountains. There must be some kind of trick to it.
Oh, okay, anyway, I guess it's like a normal wear and tear thing. I mean, I've had other phones that done it. My mom's phone did it. That's how she was the one that was telling me that. But on top of that, I know the audio jack's messed up. I almost wonder if I didn't get water in or something.
I actually switched controllers. I turned the PlayStation on with the blue controller, and that's the one that the headphone jack is screwed up in. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, boy. So what's the haps, man? Are you going to get Lego DC before it goes off sale?
Oh, yeah, I still got to do that.
When do I get my superpowers?
I bought all sorts of fun new games.
Rayburn College. I thought it was.
I spent way more money than I should have. I know that. I spent like $100 on games today.
Hey, no jaywalking.
Well, between today and
The most
yesterday.
important law.
What time did you guys go out today?
For what?
Did you do like the super early?
Oh, hell no. No, I had to work. I had to work today.
Oh.
So, yeah, I worked 9 to 1 today, and then we just went to Walmart afterward. Didn't find the one thing that I was actually went in there to look for, but now she's got it in the cart on Amazon, so hopefully I'll get that soon, and I'll be able to start recording Paper Mario with that for next season.
Oh, that cord you needed?
Well, it's another box. It's just like the one that I have. It's just like the capture box. Only it's AV in to HDMI out. So my thought is that I'll be able to plug in the AV from my Wii or my PS2, and then take the HDMI out, hook that to the capture box in the output, and plug that into the TV, and I'll be able to record.
Boy, we sure don't have buildings like this in rural Kentucky.
Having that capture setup, man, makes the world so much difference.
Yeah, it really, really does. If all goes well, I should be able to record anything from my Wii or my PS2. Not that I have a lot on either one, but there are very specific games that I want to be able to record for next season.
Yeah.
Paper Mario being the biggest one. That I've got that one Mortal Kombat game that only takes like 4 hours.
Which one was that?
The other half happy for a while.
Shaolin Monks.
Then I guess I'll just get another husband.
It's actually an adventure game. It's a great game. I wish they would fucking remake it or just at least release it in the store on PS4, because I would absolutely love to play it on the PS4.
They've remastered a lot of stuff, man. I've been surprised at some of the games I've seen pop up. I'm hoping they'll do, that they would do, Castlevania, The Min of Innocence. I don't know if you ever played that one as a PS2.
I've never played any Castlevania games.
Oh, dude. I mean, the game's pretty good.
I have a couple coming up on RFT.
Which ones are you doing?
The very first one, and Super Castlevania 4, which I could record the first and second one with my capture box now that I got the mini original Nintendo, because they're both on there.
Some good games, man. I never, you know, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever played the first or second one for NES. I had the third one. And that was a lot of fun, because that one was different for the time, because that one actually gave you, like, not only did you have, like, several characters you could play as throughout the game, but it gave you different paths to different endings. It's a really good game. I've always shied away from the second one, because from what I've heard about it, it's not very intuitive. Like, there's a couple riddles that, like, people give you the clue in the villages and stuff, but, like, the actual, when you go to solve it, doesn't make any sense. And, I don't know, it's just kind of things where, like, there's no way you would know to go to this, to do this thing, because at the time there was no way to know. I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, that's how I feel with some of the Lego games.
It's
like, I don't know what's going on!
It's kind of like that, but it's... I don't know, if you get a chance, look up on some, like, you know, game frag or what culture, and find some articles on there, Cracked. Because it looks like an interesting game. What culture rules? They're one of the many, sources I use for the Facebook stuff.
I'm subscribed to 2 What Culture YouTube channels. It's gaming and What Culture WWE.
I think they have a comic book one too.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Or at least they have a Facebook for their comic book one. I don't know if it's actually, they have a YouTube channel for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that a bit.
I like them, yeah, it's Frag Hero, not Game Hero. Outside Xbox is pretty cool, they got a lot of good videos.
How's the new computer treating you?
Oh man, it's beautiful.
I imagine it would be being brand new.
I haven't had a chance to do it.
What are the specs on that thing? How much hard drive space, how much RAM, yada yada yada.
12 gigabytes of RAM, terabyte hard drive.
Nice.
I don't remember the other stuff. The gigahertz and all that shit. I don't even know.
Well, I mean, you gave me pretty much what I was looking for anyway, so.
Well, the 12 gigs of RAM, I was like, okay, I like that. But just the new computers, yeah. I mean, this is like a standard, like, home desktop, and it's so much more powerful than they would have been even a couple of years ago. Terabyte hard drive, 12 gigs of RAM, shit. You know, a computer like this would. It's funny how the electronics slowly go down in price over time.
Yeah.
Because I think when my parents got their first, like, all-in-one computer, it was like $800 or something.
The Avengers.
$900.
That's what we call ourselves. Sort of like a team. Earth's mightiest heroes.
Oh, I didn't know where that fucking talking was coming from. I was like, I thought you said no one was home. They're talking on the game, though. So I'm not losing my mind completely.
Yeah, because, like, you look at the price of, like, external hard drives now, it's ridiculously cheap.
Access granted.
Yeah, because then you get a 2 terabyte hard drive for, like, $79 or something.
It's like $70. I got my 4 terabyte for only like $100.
Access granted.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I just discovered something fun on this Lego game. I don't know if you knew this or not. I never thought to try it before. If you go to one of those shield terminals, you know how once you use them it turns to a Hydra terminal?
Oh yeah.
If you use
I do that all the time.
Sit Will can do both of them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't even think to try that before.
Yeah, because isn't Sitwell the one from the second Captain America, or is it the second Captain America movie or the first one?
Well, actually, he was most prominently in the second one, but he's actually been in a couple of the movies, and he had a part on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the first season. before the Hydra thing busted open. So he was around the Marvel Universe. I never noticed him until he was in he was in Winter Soldier. And you go back and you watch the other movie, like, holy shit, that's that Civil guy in the background. He never had like a big part. You know what I mean? Like he was always just in the background, but I thought that was pretty neat.
I stayed up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for like the first 3 seasons, and then I just really fell off on it, because I fell off on everything.
Yeah.
Because I got busy doing other stuff. So, I mean, I'll go back once my life actually calms down, which will probably never. I plan to go back and catch up on a lot of stuff. Like, I started working through catching up on Walking Dead a couple of weeks ago. I've been watching, like, just over half the 8th season. And then I kind of stopped for a while. And I haven't gone back since. And now I got all these new games, so it's like, well, there goes all my time.
Yeah. It sucks, man. It's only so many hours in a day. One of Zacky's friends was over here today. He asked me if I played, if I had Red Dead Redemption 2 yet. I said, no, not yet. I said, I'll play it eventually. I said, but based on
you
everything
play the first one first, bro.
I probably should, but I actually know, I know how it ends. I don't want to give it away, but
I've got it on my PS3. It was hard for me to get into.
That's the one thing I wondered about, with it being like a Cowboys and Indians, or like a cowboy thing.
Well, don't get me wrong, like, I love Western stuff. Like, modern Western tales. I love them.
Apparently they're mostly just Hydra shield.
I mean, I'm not into the, like, John Wayne and shit like that, but if you look at a movie like Tombstone...
Oh, hell yeah.
I love that movie.
Tombstone, Young Guns.
Good to have you.
Exactly. Those movies are fantastic.
Dude, that Young Guns is one of my favorite movies, period. Some of the parts in that movie fucking... Hey, everybody see that? Goddamn cockadoodle. When they're tripping on peyote. You guys! Regulators! I want to go back and watch that. I haven't seen that in a while.
Speaking of new games, I saw that you started working on Spider-Man?
No, that was, Timmy was playing it.
Oh, okay.
Another one I plan on working on eventually, but...
I was gonna say, if you plan on working... I don't want to talk, because I know I'm on stream right now with you. I can't hear it, but I know I am. I don't want to talk about it on air, but I have a big plan for the BTV Presents blocks to where we could possibly do 2 a day throughout the week, throughout the entire season. Because I have like all the games in my head. I haven't written it all down, which I probably should, but...
Yeah, I mean, the only thing really stopping us would just be lack of content this season. I'm having 2 different blocks.
Right, and with everything everyone's working on now, all the new games that I got, the new games that you have, the games that you're planning to play, Dave playing Persona, you know, we could do full playthroughs of, you know, like episodic playthroughs of games we played before that we haven't done episodic, like stuff you've done on Insomniac Hours or stuff Dave's done on Yo It's Midnight. We could very easily do episodic playthroughs and make a whole new thing. Or, when did you say the new Doom is coming out?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if a specific time frame has been released yet.
Because that would be fucking killer.
Let's see here.
The beautiful parasite growing right under the proverbial nose.
I mean, they had a pretty... decent sized demo of
time
it.
to witness the deployment
Was
of
it
Hydra's
E3 or
latest
whatever it
scheme
was?
for a new world order. But
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean,
Right. Yeah, because they had a demo of Last of Us 2, and they didn't give a release date for it. Or I wouldn't necessarily say a demo of it, but they had like a hype video for it.
I was blown away, man. I'm so excited to jump in that game because it sounds like a lot of they really expanded the lore of the story in general.
Of Doom?
Yeah. This particular, I mean, they kind of did it in such a way that they kind of made it all part of the, all part of the canon, but this particular story, I guess you're gonna be, there's different places in hell you're gonna go, and so on and so forth. I mean, I don't know much about it, but yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any actual. Ooh. Updates from hell. Join the Doom Eternal mailing list. Alright.
Yeah, that's something that you certainly should be doing.
I meant to go to the Monarch site. I wanted to see if the Godzilla, if they have a mailing list for that one too.
There's gonna be a Godzilla game coming out?
No, for the new Godzilla movie.
Oh, I was gonna say, shit, man, if there's a Godzilla game, we need to be all about that.
I mean, I bet there will be. You know, like once these, you know, because they're doing King of Monsters, and then King Kong vs. Godzilla has already started pre-production, I believe.
Yeah, because there's going to be a big monster universe. Which should be fucking awesome.
But it
as long as they don't fuck it up.
It's been a dream come true for my brother and I, because some of our favorite movies growing up were King of Monsters and King Kong vs. Godzilla. We actually had a beta copy.
Oh my god, beta.
We used to watch. I mean, it tells you how old we were.
You know what? Funny story about beta. Back in what, like 95-ish. I was at our wrestling friend's house, our musician wrestling friend's house. I'm sure you know who I mean.
Yes.
And you know, his dad had the setup in the basement, and he had a beta player down there with one tape, and it was Showgirls.
That sounds about right. God, dude, I mean, I had to think for a second what the freaking name of it even was. It's been so long. I was like VHS and, oh yeah,
Betamax.
I still remember going to the party store. I don't know, I forgot what it's called now. Partyville. I don't think it was called Partyville.
Old Partyville.
You used to be able to rent.
You talk about that one right on 50, right?
Yep. I used to go there and rent VHS and beta tape, and it was just like everything else. You slowly, over time, see you start to see the beta section get smaller and smaller.
Yep.
They didn't have it anymore.
Just like when DVDs were first became a thing. The VHS section started getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yup.
Till it completely disappeared.
Same thing with tapes and
now,
CDs.
Kids these days don't know what the hell a VHS tape is.
See, I don't know, man. I think it's fun to talk about that stuff, but I also don't. I've never been thrown off by, like, or maybe it's because of the way I grew up in this generation. Everything's changed so fast. It just kind of roll with the punches, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we gotta record this phone. Hey, we have cell phones now. Hey, our cell phones are miniature computer. I mean, it's just...
Right.
But they're streaming on
Yeah,
Married...
like... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, they're streaming Married with Children now on Hulu. And, I was watching that show last night, you know, Al's talking on his cord phone. And I'm like, man, I wonder if a younger person watches, what would you think? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is that?
It's insane to think about. But it also shows just how old you and I are.
Christ, for 37 years old, we're not like 80.
Well, I know, but still.
It's just so...
to think about the advances in technology just in our lifetime is fucking astounding.
Oh man, it's hard to even wrap your head around all the way. But I see, it's weird. You know what? It's weird because I'll talk to my grandma, and I think it was the same thing for people coming up when TV. She could tell you about it, but for her, it wasn't like, it was just a thing that became part of her life, and she got used to it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, the heavens opened up, and you know what I mean? Like it. When I try to talk to her like that, I think she feels the same way I do when I think about it. Where I'm like, oh yeah, it was different, but I mean, shit changed. But it's more amazing to someone who never had to experience it. To
Right.
talk about it. Hell, I remember my grandma out of her old house on Piper's Drive. I should have said that, but oh well. Had a rotary phone for many years, up until even when cordless phones started coming out. She had that phone. You know, the one we use.
You know, I got a funny story about a rotary phone, actually. My grandma, back when we were kids, like, I'm not gonna say like toddlers, but when we were like young children, like 4, 5, 6.
Youngsters.
We had this tape of one of our Christmases, and apparently that Christmas, all my grandma wanted was a red telephone, and she got that red telephone. And it was like, I mean, you watch it and it's like watching pure fucking joy. And it was a rotary phone. Because we're talking probably, I think my brother was still a baby. So we're talking probably like Christmas of 84, 85.
Oh shit. Yeah, those were still all the rage for sure.
How can I be expected to comment?
There might be people going, what the hell's a rotary phone? I don't know what that means.
Look it up.
I don't know how to describe it.
Google machine.
Know in your Google machine.
Yeah. That's another thing. You know, to think about, just like, okay, here you go. Oh shit. I fell. Think about, like, even with just the internet. Like, okay, think back to, like, 98. When the internet at home first started becoming a big thing.
Yes.
When you had, like, AOL and whatever. What did everybody use for search engine?
Back in my day.
Yahoo. Yahoo was the biggest fucking deal back then.
Yes.
You know, everybody had Yahoo Messenger. Everybody had, you know, played Yahoo games. Everyone was in Yahoo chat rooms. Everyone used Yahoo for searching. Now, you look 20 years later, and Yahoo's like almost completely irrelevant.
Yeah, Yeah, Google's now the big guy on the block.
It, like, Yahoo Messenger doesn't even exist anymore.
Do you remember, what's some of the old but goodie, ICQ?
I was just gonna say ICQ. Oh, man. Now you're making me feel old.
We had the AOL connection, or it was actually we had a Packard Bell, and it was a local dial-up. God.
Packard Bell.
I mean, we were lucky. We had for the time, we had a pretty nice computer. Obviously now, compared, to what you can get at an average price is not, nothing to really write home about.
Something happened in Washington.
It's just, yeah, it's funny how that shit changes.
In New York, it didn't happen at all.
It really is, man.
I'm doing this right now. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, because, like, look at, you talk about music. Because you said something about, like, cassette tapes. You go from, basically, I would think, back in, like, before, like, even records, before, like, the 30s, you were looking at, like, just live music if you wanted music.
Yeah.
And then you had records for how long? Until, like, the 70s. Records were, like, the only way you could get music, seemingly.
And you got the 8-track.
Until 8-track tapes. Which I could never figure out how to work, by the way. Because I had an 8-track tape player in my house.
We had a, what was it? It was like a combination, it was this big ass thing. It had like a radio, a record, like an actual record player, and an 8-track player.
Mm-hmm. I had, and a cassette player. I had one with a cassette player on it too.
It's not that.
Yep,
it's
that
not
was sitting right in my living room.
It's not that 8-track was like difficult to use. It's that it was so fragile that it was like if you didn't do it just right, you could so easily destroy the cartridge.
Right. Yeah, cassettes. Once cassettes became regular, the tapes that we knew from back when we were kids were a hell of a lot stronger than the average 8-track tape.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised. I was looking it up for one of my clients the other day. You can actually still get cassette tapes, like blank cassette tapes and stuff. They have a
yeah.
They have a pretty good selection of them, like at Walmart. And I was really surprised. I thought they'd be a little harder to find.
See, I'm thinking like the dollar stores and stuff like that. You can still get them.
I think this was even at Walmart. I mean, they didn't have like a giant selection, but more than I thought they would, for sure.
Good old Memorex.
I mean, shit. I mean, you can still. There's a lot of that stuff you can still find typewriter ribbons, although that's become even more increasingly difficult. So, I mean,
typewriters, that's something we didn't even talk about. Oh my god.
Some people swear by it though. I mean, vinyl is making a comeback.
Vinyl is making a huge comeback.
This was the Joe Rogan podcast. They did one with James Hetfield, and he was actually talking about how they bought a vinyl pressing factory in Germany, like their very own vinyl facility. I think that's badass.
That's not a big surprise, actually, for Metallica. That's not like a surprise at all.
No, dude, I tell you, if you get a chance to listen to that interview, it's a really good interview. Hetfield's, he's been through some shit, man.
Oh, I know. Believe me.
I mean, if you've seen the documentary and stuff.
Yeah, I've watched Some Kind of Monster many, many times.
I mean, a lot of the problems he talks about won't necessarily be like new subjects to you, but he just kind of expounds on a lot of, you know, he talks about like how bad it got with this drug. I mean, it's just really, a really good interview. Of course, I gotta be honest with you, man. Joe Rogan has pretty regularly has really good guests.
I don't know. I've listened. Trying to listen to Joe Rogan when he was calling UFC, and then trying to watch some of his comedy specials. I'm just not that big of a fan.
You know, his comedy, he's a little...
Maybe if I look up at the sky, I'll see a superhero.
I like him as a comedian, but he's a little, like... I don't know what the word is. I don't know, abrasive. Abrasive is necessarily the right word, because I'm a huge George Carlin.
That was actually the exact same word that came to my mind.
Yeah, he's a little... I mean, I do think he's funny, but yeah, he's a little too abrasive. I never heard him in the UFC, because I don't really watch UFC. Now, not for lack of interest, I just don't really... Just never comes up. But his podcast is good, man. He's a good host. And he has a lot... I mean, he's had... I'm trying to think of course I'm going to start going blank, but... I mean, he had a couple people on, like, he has all kinds of actors, and he's had Henry Rollins, Ted Nugent, James Hetfield. Those are just a couple that come to mind. Like scientists, he's had Neil deGrasse Tyson on there several times. He's the one, that was I don't know if I ever told you about it, it was a podcast, the one he did about sleep. I don't know if I ever, oh dude, that one of the most scientifically interesting things I've ever heard. He's a professor, he's a teacher, he's some like, I don't know, Harvard or Yale graduate or something. He studies sleep and dreams and whatnot. And it's this whole hour podcast about sleeping and what it does to your body and why we do it and all this. I mean, dude's really interesting. I sent it to Dave and Anna. I was like, you guys gotta check this shit out. Cause he's a pretty good host, man. He's pretty open-minded about shit. Most of the time he knows when to shut up and let the other person talk. You know, which is...
Whereas a lot of people don't.
I mean, dude, he's done, like, he's in, like, 1,000, almost 1,100th episode or some shit like that. He's been doing this for a while. But he does, like, UFC related, like, he'll have guys, like, when they have the UFC shows, he'll have people come on there and they'll, you know, do predictions and things like that. I think that's why I just like the variety of people he has on there.
You know what, though, talking about that, that's another thing. You know, that's just, it's become such, like,
How can I be
10 years ago, who the hell ever heard of a podcast?
Exactly.
And now there's thousands of them, us included.
It's just funny, man, because for some reason, it's hard to explain, but, like, the podcast appeals to me, like, especially as, like, a listening, as a format, so much. I mean, I listen to those more than I do any music or anything else anymore. I'm constantly listening to podcasts. I don't know, I like doing it because it's fun. You know, it's fun. They're fun to do.
But sausages cannot be used as a weapon.
I'm actually really curious. I want to, if I get some time in the next couple of days, I want to go back and listen to this week's Pritchard Survivor Series 88 and 93.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen to it myself. Should be pretty fun.
Back in my day.
Are you gonna try to do the actual watch along with them?
Probably not. Because I'll probably do it, or I'll probably have it on while I'm doing other stuff.
I did the Survivor Series 88, I think, last year, and I actually watched that one. I think it's the only time I've ever did one. Like, I think after a certain point, all of Shivani's podcasts become watch along. That kind of became like their format. They watch something and kind of makes, you know, spoof it a little bit, do impressions.
I think that's a really cool format, actually.
Man, it's probably. I mean, a lot of people like that show as much, if not more, than something to wrestle with. But it's a different vibe too, because Tony and Conrad don't argue. Like, they're really just like two friends hanging out watching, you know, wrestling and making fun of it and stuff and discussing it. Whereas, you know, with Conrad and Bruce, they argue a lot, and I understand that it's part of the show and stuff, but it gets on my nerves after a while.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's cool when he calls Bruce out on things. You're like, fucking really, dude? But there's other times where it's like, I feel like Bruce gives decent answers to stuff, and he just, like, shits on it anyway. I'm like, what? Like, what are you even talking about, man? Then I realize they're probably just fucking with everybody. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Hey, Fabe. Gotta keep it alive.
So how's your guys' Thanksgiving?
Yeah. I fell asleep watching the Lions game, which was fine since, of course, they fucking lost anyway, so...
Fucking terrible game. All around. Both teams look like shit. The Lions played horribly.
I just gained another level on Kingdom Hearts. Yay!
What level are you up to now?
I am up to 54 on my Proud mode. I'm trying to get to level 60 before I go try to face Dragon Maleficent again. Because when I was at level 50 and went in there, I got fucking bodied hardcore. I mean, I got slaughtered trying to walk in there against her.
It's just funny because that made me think of the, you've seen the South Park Warcraft episode? Make love in that Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
At the end, after all that shit, at the end, after leveling up to whatever, what are we gonna do now? Well, now we can actually play the game. That's what that made me think of.
That's exactly what I'm going through. That is exactly what the hell I'm going through.
That makes me want to go back and watch that episode. So well done.
I need to catch up on the past 2 seasons. Especially now that I bought Fractured But Whole.
You had to let me know how you like that. I've been wanting to do play the first one. They had it on sale for like $20 at the store. I'm like, oh.
See, I heard, from what I've heard, I mean, because I have the first one. I have it on PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And the combat fucking sucks.
Back in my day.
Combat is terrible. So I'm really, really hoping that they did a big overhaul in the combat system.
It sounds like they did a overhaul with a lot of it. Like, I guess they even made it to where you can choose a female character. And they had that, like, they covered it, they retconned it, where if you, because I guess in the first game you can only play as a boy.
Yeah.
And I guess they fixed that in the story somehow, where they actually addressed that concept, you know. It was probably done insane, like most of their stuff, but...
I'm looking forward to playing it.
Would you like to see a picture of my great
that's going to be one of my, that'll be one of those second slot games.
How can I be expected
it won't be one of the main slot games.
I just think it was brilliant how they got that, how that title works out.
One of these days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I guarantee that was very, very on purpose.
I think I think that they had problem, much like when they were doing like the movie and stuff. If you ever get a chance to watch any of Trey's interviews about doing the South Park movie, I guess they fought with the MPA the whole time. He's like, man, we would send something in, they would send it back and telling us to change it. He's like, we would make it 10 times worse than what it was, and they'd be okay with it. He said a lot of the stuff you saw in the movie wasn't even as bad as it was when we first wrote it.
Wow.
Dude, if you listen to some interviews, it's really interesting when they talk about making that movie.
I read some Iron Man fan fiction last night.
They do not like the MPAA, and with good reason from what it sounds like. Also, they talk.
See, go ahead, and then I'll tell you what I was listening.
Well, if you ever get a chance to hear him talking about making Team America, that's pretty funny too.
America!
Fuck yeah! It said it was a real, like, oh, how hard can it be kind of thing. They said when they actually got into it, they're like, oh my god, what have we done?
My wife, oh my god. Whenever I take on a mission abroad, I'm always afraid I'll
it's an eye mask. I thought it was a bra.
That's why I always bring a healthy supply of the stuff in a number of flasks. However,
I had to send you a picture of this.
Have gotten wise to my weakness, and my precious flasks have been stolen.
I legit, looking at it, I legit thought it was a bra. I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook right now.
Okay.
Stiff up a lip, old boy.
Because she says, I'm Batman, and I'm like, what? Because she sent me a link, and when you see it, you'll understand why I thought it was a bra. But it's a blindfold for sleeping.
Why is all of the money the same color?
Have you come across any of my flasks? Please, you've got to hurry. It's been at least half an hour.
It says Captain Britain. I'm hurrying. Flask. I'll finish this mission up real quick, though. I'll check that picture out.
That's another thing with the Lego games is I'm wondering, you know, because by the time next season rolls around, there'll probably be a new one either out or getting ready to come out. At least one.
I'd like to think that they're going to do another Marvel one after the fourth Avengers movie comes out.
I would like to think that if they, like, you said you played the old Star Wars ones, right?
There's always
yes.
Coffee.
Many
Now,
times.
Did they have movie quotes and everything?
Well, okay. They had the very first. They had the first, the prequel trilogy, and that wasn't done more like in the Harry Potter style. There was no like speaking in that one.
There was nothing actually from the movies.
I mean, actually, now that I think about it, none of them up until Clone Wars, the Clone Wars one had that on it. I might be wrong about, because they had one. They had a game for each trilogy, and then they had a game that had both trilogies, and some added stuff onto it. I can't remember. That one might have been updated more, but I know the first two weren't. But then when I think the Clone Wars one does. I don't know. That one might not have speaking on it either. I can't believe I can't remember as many times I played it. It's been a while too. It's probably been 2 or 3 years.
I would absolutely love if they did a full like episode 1 through 9 game, as long as it has you know, everything like Jurassic World. Straight from the movie.
Well, I haven't heard anything concerning it, but I mean, I don't think it would be like an impossibility that we would see. When they get to a certain point, just going, fuck it, we're gonna redo them all now. Now we have the technology to actually put, you know, the actual talking and stuff in the movie.
Yeah, just even if they have to make brand new games. You know, I would. Oh God, man, I would kill to be able to play through the Star Wars games like that, because ever since Jurassic World, and I watched you play in Harry Potter, and once I played Jurassic World, I've been hooked on these fucking games. I've got 8 Lego games on my PlayStation right now.
Yeah.
I would have been 9 if I hadn't deleted Harry Potter.
I know you don't like, dig the no speech kind of thing in it, man, but it's pretty well done. If you're a fan of the movies and stuff,
I wish the Skullman had warned you.
I don't know, like I said, I haven't played the other one yet. Years 5, 6, and 7. So that one might actually have the audio on it.
See, if it does, I'm gonna end up going back and re-downloading it. I should do that anyway, but.
Well, let me put it this way: when I play it, when I get done with the one I'm doing now, and I move on to record the 5th, 6th, and 7th movie, that'll be the first time I'll be playing them.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about like it was with the last one. This is a completely different.
It's a fucking Lego game. They're all the same.
And I'm just trying to play through the story. I'm not even trying to like.
Not doing any of the free play.
Yeah, gotta love this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be very similar. I don't know. I'm not even sure how far apart they were. Okay, I gotta find.
That's why, like, even though I just bought The Force Awakens, I would still rather have you play through that one. Because you know it, you can breeze through it, we can have it for the end of this season, and then I can do Avengers for next season.
I'm really looking forward to playing through the Star Wars one again, because
for a moment there, I thought I was going to have to hop a plane back to
I really enjoyed that game. It reminded me a lot of Jurassic World.
I can fly.
I played both of those, I think, for the first time back to back, almost, or around the same time anyway. And I thought it was really good.
See, if it's a lot like Jurassic World, then I'm pretty much guaranteed to love it. I mean, it's Star Wars, so I'm guaranteed to love it anyway. But
I still say if they ever release Star Wars Lego 3, the Clone Wars, because you can play it with the what is it called, that PS Now thing, the streaming service. I mean, let me put it this way: when we get moved in over here and get the Wii set up, that's the first game I'm playing is Lego Star Wars Clone Wars 3, and you'll see when I play through it. That to me is one of the best Lego games, period. And it's been like a couple of years since I played it now, so I'm sure when I go back to play it, it's not going to be like. I'm sure they'll have a little bit of like wear over time, you know what I mean? I'm sure it'll change my view a little bit, but not really, because if you're a Star Wars fan, because I played the game before I ever watched the cartoon or any of that stuff, so I didn't even know the story really. But it's just, if you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, that game is so good. It's so much.
Yeah, all I know about the Clone Wars is what I saw in the prequel trilogy.
Oh, that's
I've never watched the show.
Well, when I went back to watch the show, there was actual like the names of episodes and the story. Like a lot of the names of the episodes were the names of levels I played through, and I was actually watching the storyline play out on the TV show. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's just, I don't know, man. Because you start off with it, the first level is the Geonosian Arena, where you escape. And then it branches off into 3 different paths where you can go after Asajj Ventress, General Grievous, or Count Dooku. And they each have their own... Each path has its own kind of vibe. And it's... I don't know, man. It's got a lot of the classic characters and stuff in it, too.
Kinda wish the Skullman had warned
And so
me
does the
about
Lego
this
Force
sort of
Awakens. They included a lot of the old characters
Can you
in
believe
it.
it? Someone's trying
Not-
to ruin
Yeah,
my
it's-
reputation by
Like,
starting
as soon as
fights
I...
around the place.
Because, of course, I bought the
swear, it
deluxe
wasn't
edition.
me. Please,
Because
you
why
gotta
wouldn't I?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
First things first.
And
we need
it
to put out those
had, like,
fires.
what? The Jedi pack, the
I'm not
Empire
so
Strikes
well
Back pack, and, what, the Droid pack?
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to use these characters. That's gonna be so much fun. That's just like, with Lego DC. You know, the first big DLC pack should be coming out pretty soon. Like within the next month once Aquaman comes out.
Is it the Aquaman?
Yeah, there's supposed to be two levels and character packs for Aquaman, and then the same for Shazam when it comes out.
I finally got to see it. I finally saw a trailer for Aquaman. I was like, man, this looks pretty good.
That looks so good, dude.
Well, it's kind of exciting to see.
Aquaman might save that franchise.
Yes. Aquaman, and then I heard, and I don't know how true this is, that they pushed back the Wonder Woman 1984 movie because they're gonna use it as kind of like a reboot point. They were talking about maybe doing the Flashpoint series, which I think isn't Flashpoint when Flash goes back and saves his mom.
You know what? I honestly don't remember. I've got like all of the I've got all the DC movies, the animated ones. Which the animated DC movies are fucking phenomenal.
Yes, they are.
They're so good.
Oh man.
Marvel's got some cool shows and everything, but when it comes to the animation department, I definitely think DC.
Oh, DC's got that on lock, period.
Yeah.
And it's an actual universe. And it has nothing to do with the cinematic universe.
I can see why you thought that was a bra.
Doesn't it look like a bra?
It does.
I was like, okay, if you want to buy a Batman bra, I'm all for it. You know, don't get me wrong.
Is this for me or for you?
Right? I mean, let's face it, if that was the case, it would be more for me. For me to look at and be like, ha, na.
Batman! I'm going in.
Oh, where is the entrance to the Batcave again?
Seems familiar, but why can't I remember?
Oh boy.
I wasn't paying attention. What am I supposed to do?
Oh man, I'll tell you something. It is so nice to sit here right now and just chill and just have a conversation about stuff, because I've been so busy, and I know you have too. We're both just always just on the fucking go, and we never take time to just chill. Cause like, yeah, we're talking about stuff we want to do for the channel, but we're just talking. Like, this isn't a meeting. This isn't like business.
No.
So it's nice.
I'm trying to. It's like a catch-22 for me, because I'm trying to get used to, like, as stupid as it sounds, like, I told Dave and Anna, I feel like almost socially inept at this point, because it's been so long since I've had like a regular social life with people my age. I keep thinking to myself, like, because like the couple times I went to the apartment now, me and Dave and Anna, we keep missing each other because of their schedule and my schedule and that.
Wow.
I was thinking today, I'm like, man, we're actually gonna be living together. It's gonna be weird to get used to. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna go from like seeing them once every like 2 weeks or something like that to like being in the same house.
Yeah, but you know, everyone has their own space too,
Oh,
and
hell
that's
yeah.
what's important. You know, there's the big shared workspace, but then if anybody wants to get away, they all have, you know, everybody's got their own place to go to. You have your room, they have their bedroom, and Anna has whatever it is that she's working on in that other room.
Her various art projects, she does like clay art, stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. That's something we're trying to set up. I want to set up Mackenzie her little art studio because she loves to paint. So I would like to figure out how to do that here in the house.
I don't know, maybe in that back patio room.
That's possible. Like, we're trying to do it in that upstairs room where I've got all my cars and shit all over the place.
Oh yeah.
So, but I got a dresser in there, and we got to figure out what to do there to be able to set it up. Like, I want to get that futon completely out of there, because I don't want that damn thing. But, I don't know, we'll get it figured out eventually.
Das Futon.
Oh, man.
Where's Loki? There's Loki. I think I'm gonna watch, or at least I'm gonna put it on the background. I'm gonna have Thor Ragnarok on tonight. I want to watch that
That was
movie.
really, really good.
Human Torch! You're behind this?
I've been falling
Why?
for 30 minutes.
Don't you see, Blazing Skull?
I still say the
Always had
worst
power to
movie
start
out of
fires,
the
but to truly be
MCU
one with the flame,
is
you must know
Dark
how to
World.
Put them out.
What? What kind of stupid lesson is that?
I think I would agree with that. That or Iron Man. Actually, I think Iron Man 3 would be mine. That followed closely by Thor Dark World. But I will say this for those movies. Those are my least favorite movies out of the MCU movies. However, I don't dislike either one of those movies. I actually really like Dark World. And Iron Man 3, I rewatched that the other day, and the only thing I don't like about that is the whole Mandarin thing.
All right, you got me, kid. I just wanted.
I like the character growth of
That's an
Tony.
old
I guess
superhero
that's the
stuff
one thing I
and fires.
appreciated about that movie.
Yes!
Because you know,
Sorry
if you
to
think
get
back to
mixed
when
up
it
in
first
all
came
this.
out, you know, it came out
Thanks
right
for
after
helping
the
me clear
Avengers.
things up.
They're right.
And you actually had a character who was suffering from effects that happened in that movie. This big fallout from this big, you know, space battle, and I don't know. I thought it was cool, but I could definitely see why.
That line where he says nothing's been the same since New York. That's the character growth that I like.
Yes. That movie, I actually did when I was in my Premiere Pro class, I had to make a movie trailer. I had to take a movie and change the genre. And the movie I had picked, because my teacher's like, let me know the movie and I can get it for you if you don't have a copy of it. I was going to take the Coneheads and make it like an alien invasion kind of movie.
I love Coneheads.
Oh, dude, I got that movie on Amazon. That's probably the movie I watched more than any other movie ever. I watch it still to this day. I watch it all the time. I can't get sick of that movie. But when he couldn't get it for me. I had to pivot real quick, and I was like, okay, I did Iron Man, and I did it as a thriller, sci-fi thriller. It was a lot of fun. It actually came out pretty well. I'll have to send it to you if I can find it. Because there's a lot of parts in that movie that, like, Like that one part with the little kid where he goes, "How'd you get out of the wormhole?" I use that. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. But I can definitely see where people don't. I don't see where people like completely trash it and say it sucks. But I can definitely see where people say that it's their least favorite, or one of their least favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Blazes.
Now I've heard some people lately going
people impersonating superheroes. And I'm not just
oh,
talking about
Civil
the street
War was
performers and the
overrated.
cheap costumes.
Like, I don't know about
the
that.
copyright lawyers deal with those guys.
Bullshit,
yeah,
it was.
I'm talking about the guys who come spilling out of the fault.
Sorry, my headphones fell off.
Civil War was amazing.
I don't know what else people wanted out of that movie, man. They were able to take... Because everybody was like, oh, it's going to be Avengers 2.0. It's going to be Avengers... Or 1.5. And it's like, it actually was like... Or 2.5. It actually was nothing like an Avengers movie. They balanced everything. Man, it makes me want to go back and watch that one now, too. I haven't watched that in a while.
Before Avengers 4 comes out, I'll be doing my big, shit. Yeah, I'm probably lying because I want time.
But their personalities are just a teeny weeny bit tuned to the evil side.
Because every time before an Avengers movie comes out, I try to watch every one of them. Like the entire MCU.
I got this picture I'll send you. Somebody came up with a playthrough order, which is kind of based on the actual in-universe timeline. Which it's not too different from the original playthrough order, but because it starts off with Captain America, which obviously is not it's the movie before Avengers but Captain America and then Captain Marvel, which obviously you can't watch yet.
Right.
Then Iron Man, or then the Hulk, then Iron Man 2, Thor, Avengers, Iron Man 3, Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and then Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Which also actually makes sense because they actually take place within like 2 weeks of each other. I think after that it's mostly... Or no, it is a little different again. I have to find it. I'll find it here real quick and send it to you.
I've seen stuff like that around.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kind of... Like, I actually did last January, I don't know if you remember this. Every month up until... Or every week, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
But I'm pretty sure when I did that one, I think I just did it by order of release date.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun. Except I couldn't watch Black Panther yet because it wasn't on DVD. That's another one I want to go back and watch, man. I haven't watched that one in a while either. Wakanda forever.
You know, I think I think Black Panther is one of the best ones.
Yeah.
But I think actually Doctor Strange was, I mean, it was absolutely incredible.
Oh, for sure, dude. Doctor Strange, the visuals in that movie, and just how it opened up this whole new corner of the Marvel Universe in general.
Yeah.
Okay, I just sent that to you.
Yeah.
Like this is one of the differences. Like after Age of Ultron, you got Ant-Man, and then you got Civil War. Then you have Black Panther, then Spider-Man and Ant-Man and Wasp, then Doctor Strange and Thor. So there's a kind of a change there too. Right. Once again, considering how all those movies, the backlash from Civil War is, that makes a lot of sense. So that's what I'm going to use. Because I'm going to start doing it again once Captain Marvel comes out. So I can just, watch Captain America, then go watch Captain... Hell, I might just go sit in my car in the parking lot and watch Captain America on my phone. Go watch Captain Marvel.
I could see you doing that.
That sounds like that. I think I'm going. That's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be awesome.
You know what I hate? People impersonating superheroes. The costumes are spot on, but their personalities are just
Especially if you could like. Do you have a an auxiliary jack in your car?
No, my car's from like 2003.
Do you have a tape deck in your car?
Yes.
Well, see, just buy the adapter then.
Yeah, but I don't think tape deck works though. Oh yeah, let me think. No, you know what? No, I'm wrong. I'm sorry, I don't have a tape deck. I do have a CD player, but that doesn't work either. I have a radio, which kind of works.
Well, as long as you can listen to riff on it, that's all that matters.
Well, I told, like I told someone earlier today, a stereo is definitely on my list of things to buy next. It's at a lower, priority right now. God, I spent so much money doing this move, which I knew I was going to, but it's just, I hate spending money. It makes me physically pain.
Well, you know what? You got stuff. With buying furniture, you got stuff that's gonna last you a long time.
Oh yeah, I can't think anything I bought that isn't, at least on some level or another, an investment. As far as having it, it's just I hate spending money.
See, that's where you and I differ, because I love spending money.
It's kind of like it's almost like a form of self-hypnotization. Where, like, I try to convince myself I don't have a lot of... don't get me wrong, I'm not, like, fucking rich. But even when I have a little bit of money in the bank, I still kind of... I try to put it away somewhere else and convince myself I don't have any money. And
which is smart.
That's how I had to do it, man, because if I'm not careful, if I know I had the money available, I will spend it. And not even like on extravagant shit. I'll just going to movies and going out to eat and stuff like that.
Or buying new video games. Because that's what I do.
Okay, what am I supposed to be doing here? Something about people's personalities or some shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, since I started working with the channel, I bought so many fucking games. It's unbelievable. I've spent so much money on video games.
It's too bad we couldn't write them off.
Oh, you are so getting blocked.
The business expenses.
That'd be fantastic.
I know part of my plan, once we get set up in here, is or over there, is I'm really gonna approach the issue of the actual, like, a quote-unquote business side of it.
Yeah.
And start. I mean, eventually the goal is to get our LLC or become a business, but that's kind of like there's other steps we want to take care of first,
Right.
That's kind of expensive, and that's like I told Dave, I want to talk to either some type of lawyer or something, some kind of an advisor, just someone just kind of get some advice for it before we jump into anything like that.
Which is smart.
Well, I mean, neither one of us has ever done anything like that before. I've seen what happens when people don't, when they jump into that stuff too lightly. I've worked too hard to build my credit and stuff back up, fuck it up, something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, make a mistake with my tax, because it all comes down to like when you have to pay taxes and whatnot.
Oh, absolutely.
My old boss tried to explain it to me, and with the little bit he knew about it. There's LLC, there's incorporated, and there's a couple other designations, and each of them had their own, and it depends on how many people you're employing, so on and so forth.
right. I think that's the last of it. It'd be great to have a
One of the
clone
first
to take
things
all
that
those
we're
little hero
talking about
jobs you don't
tackling.
want. Do jury duty, stuff like that.
Well,
Oh well. Thanks for the assist.
there's a couple other things legally wise we wanted to tackle as far as, before we get to the job part. But it just takes money. But we just keep working on trying to get people to subscribe and get Patreon. We can get to a point. Because I know it's starting in 2019. I'm gonna start keeping actual records of stuff. Receipts for stuff we paid for, equipment we buy, things like that. Just kind of, it's all in the name of streamlining, basically.
Right.
Dave has.
Well, yeah, because this piece of equipment that I'm buying is strictly for being able to use it for the channel.
And it's, imagine if you could write it off. That'd be sweet. Run, Iron Man, run!
I could start a whole new game of the Simpsons version of Crazy Taxi.
Yes! I've that game in forever.
It's Road Rage.
Is that, it's PS2, right? Taxi.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 2 Simpsons games for the PS2. It's that one, which, the funny thing is, they're both freaking clones of other games. Because that one's a Crazy Taxi clone. And then the Simpsons Hit and Run, which is basically a GTA clone.
I just want nothing. Apparently I already did that race. Okay. One more mission.
Why can't I remember?
I'll tell you what though, Simpsons Hit and Run,
It seems familiar.
it gets, I won't play that game for the channel. There's no way. Because,
Why can't I remember?
I just watched a playthrough of that game, because I've beaten it before.
My memory is so foggy. I'm not sure
But
if I've actually been here.
the challenges, the missions,
All right.
get so monotonous, you keep doing the same thing over and over,
It sounds right.
and they get stupid fucking hard.
Shucks! We gotta do something about these robot unicorns.
I'm trying to remember if that's the one that I had. When my mom and dad first bought us the PS2, it was either Hit and Run or Road Rage, one of the Simpsons games. I'm trying to think which one it was.
Well, Road Rage is the Crazy Taxi clone.
I remember liking it as a kid.
Ballerinas are attacking.
But I never played it hardcore, It's funny looking back now, when they bought us the PS2, there's a couple games. I remember they bought me Final Fantasy X, or is it 7? Is it 7 or 10? Which one was?
No, the PS2, the first one to come out on it was 10.
Okay, it was 10 because they got me the strategy guide and everything too. And for some reason, never played it. Couldn't tell you for the life of me why not.
Hey, does the air taste like strawberries?
That's the one that Anna's been playing.
One of us is gonna have to eat Cap's
Looks like an amazing game. With all this Fallout stuff going on right now, it's got me curious to go back and play the old Fallout games. At least the second and third ones. I don't know about the first one.
I've never played any of them.
I haven't either. They belong to a list of games that are really popular, like the Mass Effect games. I never played those.
Yep, me either.
I recognize those strong calves anyway.
Gears of War.
Nope.
These Hydra goons mean business.
But that's just not my style, bro.
Yeah. Battlefield, Call of Duty, all that stuff, Halo.
Yeah, it's just not my style. I know that I play games that are, for the most part, easier than most games. But then, like, you know, I don't play a lot of crazy tough games. But, like, I love The Last of Us, even though I play it on easy. I love that game. That's, like, one of the most hardcore games, I guess you could call it, that I play. Except when I played Until Dawn. Even though it was super short.
Looks like we got them all, dum-dum.
Looks that way, little buddy. Good work.
I couldn't have done it without you, pal.
You know
Have you-
this really
I can't
happened,
remember. Have you?
right?
Were you ever a fan of the Resident Evil games?
Yeah, but
I've never played one.
I have to go back to my home planet now, Bucky.
That's something. When
You
that
have to
Resident
go
Evil
home
2
for-
remaster comes out, you should try that one. Because I can tell you, 2 is the only one I ever beat. I got through most of the first one, but then when you get to a certain point, there's these things that come after you. They come out. They start roaming through the game. It's hard to explain, but they're hard to kill. They're hard to get away from. And you just get so frustrated after a while. You're like, fuck it, I'm not playing anymore. Like,
See, my thing is, like, I know, like, because I have a niche to where I know, like, for the channel, I know that I'm going to be doing certain types of games. Like, even the South Park game is going to be different than most of the stuff that I play. Because anymore, pretty much all I play is wrestling games, Kingdom Hearts, and Lego games.
it's not a bad lineup, Will.
No, it's not a bad lineup, and that's the thing. But when most people look at that, they would think, well, why don't you play anything more interesting? Like, motherfucker, this is what I find interesting.
I think,
Like,
man,
it goes back to what I've been talking about all damn week. You know, don't be a dick.
the new Bananarama model. Missing 2.
It pisses me off when people see that I only play these certain kinds of games. They're like, well, those are fucking kids' games. I don't give a shit. Like, I want to see you play Kingdom Hearts on proud mode, bitch.
Oh man, that I know what you're saying, because I think to myself sometimes, like I said, there's certain games that are considered like industry staples that I've never even played. You know, Mass Effect, so on and so forth. But see, at the same time, man, you gotta. It's good to expand your boundaries, but they also gotta do what you like. I mean,
right. If I'm not interested in the story, why would I play it?
Why
would I spend the money?
If it's not your style, you know.
Yeah.
That's
like, take with you, like, The Last of Us isn't your style. Because you're not all about the stealthy kind of stuff. Which I get. I still feel bad for pushing you to play it, and you spent the money on it.
Well, no, I mean, it's not even that you... It's a game that has such a reputation for being good, that regardless of whether I played it then when you said I should play it, and it was good, I still think it's a good game. It's just, it was a combination of not being comfortable, because I was on stream, and just getting frustrated. I mean, just trying to, like I said, I'm used to being, why am I not getting my gold bricks and shit? Sorry, the game's behaving oddly.
Something happened in Washington. It didn't happen in New York. It didn't happen at all.
I mean, look, I played Doom. Whenever, who was it? Sir Riptide would used to come to our channel and see Doom. He's like, oh, playing Doom again, huh? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look how much God of War I played in Arkham. I mean, man, Play what you know. I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, those are the games you like. Those are the games that you know. Like me, I cannot tell you how many times I played through Kingdom Hearts.
I'm watching you.
And Final Fantasy VII. But, like, with this Proud Mode thing, I'm looking at it from a whole new perspective, which is a lot of fun. Because it's a lot tougher.
I'm always, however, it appears my enemies have got...
And that's what I like about the fact that there's so many different Lego games. Because it's like, in essence, it's the same game, but you get a different story every time. Especially the ones that are original stories. You know, the Marvel Superheroes games, the Lego Batman games, Lego DC. You know, with them being original stories, it makes it so much cooler.
Delicious.
Fucking hot. She's still doing that. I haven't played through that one for my channel. I played through 2 for my channel. But you played through 1 for BTV, so I need to play through 1 for my channel. Just like I'll play through
nobody's taken that dumpster away in years.
Force Awakens for my channel.
I'm excited to play through that one again. Now we've been talking about it.
I got a pretty good
feeling. I've only played through it once, maybe twice. But I mean, once again with the Lego games, man, you know, it's kind of.
I'm watching you, superhero.
Although there's some, you know, like with most Lego games, that game has features that. I mean, they might exist like in the newer game, like Lego DC Superheroes. It's like it's none of the Marvel games. But just this feature where, like, you know, you can build something to do one thing, but you also can take it apart and build it to do something completely different.
Yeah, I saw that in the demo, because I played the demo, and I was on Jakku.
Yes. You're probably thinking, yeah, I know exactly what one you're thinking of. Because it's like the first level, you know, because you're playing the story for the movie.
Yeah.
The same color. How can you tell
Yeah, it's that was pretty cool. I can't recall another one that I've seen or played that had that in it.
No, they don't have that on DC. I can guarantee you that.
This wasn't in this.
Because hell, I'm almost finished with that game. I probably won't. I won't 100% it anytime soon. Because there's. See, now that game for you, I think you're gonna love the challenge of it. Because, especially with like the glide races, those things are a bitch. I've only completed 1 of them. And there's like 6 more that I have, no, 7 more that I have to do. Because those are the only character tokens I don't have. Are those vehicle character tokens, or, well, vehicle tokens, from the glide races. I'm at 201 out of 208 for character tokens.
Oh,
and that is pissing me off.
Is it the kind of thing where, like, you're gliding off a building and you gotta go through rings kind of thing?
Yeah, and then, like, sometimes you land and you gotta jump again and start gliding again, but it's like, it's all confusing. You know how the races are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but I mean, it just makes it more of a challenge. Whereas in the game you're playing right now, I was able to fly through every one of those races. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
And it made it so much easier. That's why that's the only one I've 100%ed so far, because I haven't finished my 100% playthrough of Jurassic World yet.
I think I told you.
No, go ahead.
I think I told you before, when I played through the Jurassic World the first time, I got confused because I didn't realize you could go in the buildings. So I found everything that you could get, you know, on the main maps. And I'm like, what the hell? Because there's still quite a bit of stuff missing. And one day I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, I was like, motherfucker.
Well, and that's the fun thing. That's one of the fun things about supervillains, is that in all the different hubs, there's at least one building you can go into. It's one giant hub, other than, well, there's Earth and Apocalypse. But in the Earth hub, like I said, there's Smallville, Metropolis, Gotham, Amusement Mile, Arkham, Wayne Island, the Swamp. So many different spots. And all of them have buildings to go into.
I just love
there's always one gold brick in each building.
All those places you named off remind me, or like from the Arkham game. That's badass.
Well, and the other thing, like, because you haven't played Superheroes 2, correct?
Correct.
Marvel Superheroes 2.
Yeah.
Okay. In that game, they started something that no other Lego game had before that. Because throughout the game, there's, you know, like, you have the regular missions, you know, the gold bricks, whatever. But then, over in the menu, in the hubs, there's also challenges. So, like, there's so many statues, like, okay, because DC's fresh on my head, there's so many statues you have to vandalize. You vandalize them all, you get a gold brick.
Oh yeah, I forgot, it is the DC Supervillains game.
There's one called Irritating Incisors. It's the Joker's chattering teeth scattered all around Amusement Mile. You break 10 of them, you get a gold brick. It's crazy challenges like that, and there's like 15 to 20 of them.
I love it.
That's why I said you're gonna absolutely love the challenge of trying to 100% that game. And Superheroes 2 is the same way. That's why I can't, like, the next thing you need to invest in is a fucking hard drive for your PlayStation.
I'm gonna need one eventually, but right now I still have like 500 something gigs open, or 450 gigs.
Oh yeah, you got the terabyte model, didn't you?
Yeah. Which I didn't even realize until I was looking it up.
I only got the half terabyte model. But now, I mean, with this 2 gig external, or portable, technically it's portable, like, even with all the games that I just downloaded, those 4 games, I mean, it was Sims 4, the South Park game, Lego Incredibles, and Lego Force Awakens. I still have a terabyte and a half on my, here, I'll tell you what. Pause this. I'm going to go into my settings, storage, extended storage. I'm going to tell you all the games that I have on my extended storage. I have 1.53 terabytes left right now. Okay, are you ready for this?
Okay.
Lego Force Awakens, WWE 2K19, Lego Incredibles, South Park Fractured But Whole, Sims 4, Lego DC Supervillains, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, Lego Batman 3, Star Trek Online, Tetris Ultimate, Lego Avengers, The Order 1886, Injustice, Marvel Superheroes 2, Marvel Superheroes. All of those are on my external hard drive. And I still have over a terabyte and a half.
It's a very nice lineup of games.
Yeah, and that's just the ones that are on the portable. That's not even including the ones that are on the regular hard drive. But that's why you need one. Because, like, okay, you have a good amount of space left right now, but once you fill that up, that's the kind of thing you're looking forward to. Is having so much space that you're never going to have to worry about filling.
I know that some of the games, like for instance, I really would eventually like to own Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that game is like 100 gigs. Somewhere, it's a huge number.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go and save this. Cause they're like, yeah, cause if you bought that, I would still say buy the first one and play through it first. Cause I bet you could get the first one for cheap right now. But I'm gonna save this and go look in the store.
You know, on Fridays at the house that I work at, we watch the MeTV channel, and they play I'm trying to think, between 3 and 4 they play episodes of The Rifleman, and between 4 and 5 they play an episode of Wagon Train. I've actually really been digging those shows, man. They're pretty well done.
I have no idea what those are.
They're black and white, like Western themed shows. They were real popular. I don't know, 50s, late 50s, early 60s, I believe. Maybe even a little early. I don't know. They were like the Wagon Train is just about a bunch of people on a wagon train. There's different things that happen, you know. The shows from that time. They also play Charlie's Angels, which is fucking sweet. We watch Mama's Family, The Jefferson, MASH, which I never really cared for. I mean, I've been watching it, man. I've actually been really digging it. I'm like, oh, I can see why this show's so popular.
You can't buy the first Red Dead Redemption.
Probably you played on the PS, whatever.
Yeah, the PS Now. But you still have your PS3, right?
No, I never had a PS3.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, this is my first. This is my first new system in a while, console-wise. I think the last one I had bought myself was a Wii. Not like right when it first came out, but I had bought it a little while back. I played that a lot. I'll probably play it a lot again because I'm itching to play I want to switch gears and play a Legend of Zelda game. It's been a while. Like I don't know, if not Ocarina of Time, then I'm thinking maybe Twilight Princess. You ever seen any of that game before?
Twilight Princess? No, I haven't.
That's a really cool. The story in that game is really interesting. Got some weird shit in it. I mean, then again, most of them do.
I think it'd be fun to, man. I think it'd be fun to have, Zelda running throughout the season. Different Zelda games.
Yeah, because I tell you what, man.
Next season. If there's enough of them, that's for damn sure.
Well, you talk about doing BTV blocks. I mean, why
exactly.
stop at 2? Like,
dude, we have so much time. If we spread out the workload between the 3 of us, hell, even the 4 of us with Mackenzie recording stuff.
And Anna.
And Anna, yeah. Because Mackenzie's gonna start, once she gets a feel for how to play The Sims, she's just gonna start recording episodes now. You know, play for 2-3 hours and call it good. Once we record 23 episodes, that's the whole season.
See, that's another one that it's a real popular game that no one really... I think Dave's played it some at one point, but none of us play it with any regularity. That'd be a cool one to have on there.
And that's what Dave said, is that he's been wanting to have it on the channel. He just hasn't figured... He's never went ahead and got it or whatever. But like, with... You got that all set up for the season. The Monday, I'm hoping that my Banjo-Kazooie Mario will take up the entire season for like, say we do like a 2 o'clock block and like a 5 o'clock block. That should cover the entire season in like the 2 o'clock block. Because Banjo-Kazooie and Paper Mario are both pretty, they have a good length. Especially Paper Mario. Paper Mario is like roughly a 25-hour game. So that would cover one block for that. And then if we did, you know, like Dave playing Persona throughout the entire season in like the 5 o'clock block. I know I said I was going to talk about Soft Air, but I don't know if anyone's even watching this. So.
I haven't checked it in a while. I got the chat up.
Say that's the Monday block. Tuesday, I plan for Final Fantasy VII take up the entire season, and we'll say the 2 o'clock block. And then say one of us plays through another Final Fantasy game. Because Final Fantasy III, technically Final Fantasy VI, is on the mini SNES. I've got it, Dave's got it. With you and Dave living together, either one of us three could play through it and get it recorded.
I actually have a few games I can contribute to the Final Fantasy thing that I don't think anybody else plays, which is Final Fantasy Legend 2 and Final Fantasy Legend 3 for Game Boy. I don't know if
I've never even heard of those.
They're pretty fun. I played through them on the channel a few times. I usually get some viewers in there when I'm playing them. That's what that Cesar Dia guy, that I don't know if you ever noticed him. Actually, I don't know if he's a guy or not, but he'll come in whenever we're playing Final Fantasy. When I'm playing Final Fantasy, he would. He popped in there the first time, and that's how we met. He does like Final Fantasy shit on his channel. He does like the original Final Fantasy, like the Nintendo one, which is ugh. Game's hard.
Yeah, that's on the mini net. That's on the mini NES. I was thinking about checking it out.
Dude, it's worth the playthrough, but it's hard. I mean, then I guess that's not surprising. But beware.
But yeah, man. Like Wednesday having Control Freaks, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But the thing is, like, Kevin and Kingdom Hearts, I could do, you know, have, like, Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance playing throughout the season in the 2 o'clock block, and then Kingdom Hearts 3, because I guarantee it's going to be super fucking long, playing in the 5 o'clock block. And then depending on how many, because like we have at least 5 Lego games set up for next season already. Because Dave's playing Lord of the Rings, Mackenzie's playing Batman 3. I already played DC Supervillains. I've already got that all recorded, and I'm doing Incredibles and Avengers. And then if you have a couple of the old Star Wars games for the Wii, and then depending on what else comes out, that could be a full Lego day in 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
Oh, man.
Well, I can tell you, man, once we get this set up right, and I'll have this computer and shit now where I can actually start recording. I mean, I'm definitely going to do playthroughs of all the Lego trilogies. I'm going to do playthroughs of the Clone Wars game. I mean, oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's coming. There's going to be so much shit. Because we'll actually be able to, like, we'll be set up in a position. Well, I mean, even me being able to record on my computer with emulators and stuff. At least I'm assuming I can. I hope it'll work, because before it would just lag up too much and shit. So, yeah, not surprisingly.
That's the problem with my computer. It's like, when I play... Oh, and by the way, fuck Bomberman.
Did you never play that before? That was Retro First
No,
Timer,
I had
right?
never played it before. Yeah, that's what I played on Retro First Timer this week. Fuck that game.
Not a fan, huh?
Yeah, I'll have a lot of fun talking about that on the Romcast on Sunday. I legit said when I was playing it, I'm having Mega Man flashbacks.
Sometimes, just like when you're, if you got a moment one day when you have a chance, you should try the Bomberman from Super Nintendo.
That's next week.
Oh, you are doing it? Okay, well then, okay, cool. Yeah, well, much like with most of the games, the Super Nintendo equivalent is much more player-friendly. It gets hard, though. It does get difficult.
Yeah, I couldn't get past the first level on the Nintendo version.
I'm gonna go back and check that out, man. I haven't seen the Nintendo version in years.
Just go back and watch the first timer. Because I hold my rage very well. But as soon as I shut it off, I was like, gah! Because Mac was sitting right here with me. She was actually home for that one. And she was just laughing at me. Iggy was in the chat.
Oh, God.
So yeah, you need to go back and watch it.
Okay. That's funny. I actually kind of thought you would like that one. But then again, I haven't seen it. That was the plan.
This wasn't in this month's bullpen.
Well, that's always the plan. The plan is always to like these games that I'm playing on this fucking show. But the only one that I've really liked, thank God, is on the mini SNES, so I can get a good playthrough of it on my TV, is Super Metroid.
Yes.
That's another thing I'm thinking about doing, is having a little SNES showcase block once a week. Playing through random SNES games. Play my Mario World playthrough, which I gotta work on again. You know, do a Link to the Past playthrough, do a Super Metroid playthrough. That'd be something cool that we could air after Control Freaks on Wednesdays. Control Freaks and the SNES showcase throughout the entire season on Wednesdays.
Face front.
See, man, I'm
like yet
thinking.
another perilous predicament.
Speaking of Metroid, man, I've been thinking, if I can ever get all the games together again and get a good working controller, something I'd like to do throughout the season for Somniac Hours next season is play through the Metroid timeline, or at least the first part of the season anyway. I don't know how long it would take. What you talking about? Fuck. I mean, Super Metroid would be in there too, but that would be a live stream. God, I forgot how many games that is. 3, 4, 5, 7 or 8 games.
Dr. Harkness, please report to the landing strip. Your twin jet is double parked and is currently being booted.
Oh man.
Uh-oh. This wasn't in this
I don't know,
month's
man,
bullpen.
but I know big things are in store for next season.
Oh yeah.
Because between the three of us, with all the ideas we have and all the games we have, there's absolutely no reason for stuff not to be running almost all the time.
Thanks for getting me out of that.
As long as we can all bust ass and get everything recorded.
You know what would be cool to see, like, you know, this is like looking way forward, but like having this conversation about the season after next, but instead of, it'd be cool to have, and this would take a lot of work, but instead of having like the main Bananarama channel where we're doing like this mixture of live and recorded stuff, we could be running like complete programming schedule on the BTV Vodcast channel while having the live streaming schedule on you know, on the main channel.
Mm-hmm.
But to do something like that, I feel like it'd be better to have a couple different people other than what we have now. People who can, like, so we can kind of do it, stretch out during the different times of the day we would do it, you know.
Yeah. We
have a pretty concentrated. You and Anna stream earlier in the day at different times during the day, which is what I'm kind of talking about, you know. Because at least with you guys, we have one that's more like in the early afternoon, and we have one that's in the early morning. So it kind of gives us a little bit of range. But having even someone that can do more like a 4 to 8 block or something, you know, like. But that's a whole other. And I'm not even talking about necessarily like another complete behind the scenes member, but just like a guest streamer or somebody who just does that, you know. I don't know. It just depends on how it grows,
and I don't even know what live stream will be for next season, because I don't know if I'm going to continue with Retro First Timer. I don't, you know, I haven't, that's one thing I haven't thought about, because I've been thinking about all the pre-recorded stuff. Because I know we're going to have enough pre-recorded stuff to run 2 blocks a day, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, once you get the chance, you can think. Do you think you're gonna do like another season of Retro First Timer? I think it's a good idea, man. It's especially when you do like how you're doing like Mega Man 1 and then Mega Man X, the first Super Nintendo one, and then Metroid. And Super
right,
Metroid.
and that's the problem is that I feel like with those kinds of games, I'm like exhausting all of them in this first season.
True. I see what you're saying.
That's why I'm saying I don't know if I'm gonna do it again.
But you could also you could do Mega Man 2 and Mega Man. It doesn't have to be like another equivalent game. You could just pick other games you've never played before. Sega, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Any of the I don't know what the timeline cutoff is for retro at this point. What's the latest?
Oh man, I don't know.
Like, is PS1 considered retro?
I don't know.
So I mean, from the point of view of just you doing games you've never played before, that's an endless. I mean, I understand the way you're doing it now. There's a theme, like a overarching, like a lot of the more popular titles and whatnot. But it's like, I mean, even just to keep it going like that would still be pretty cool. Cause there's plenty of other horrible games you could play that, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I can't remember. Do you have Ninja Gaiden on your list?
Dude, I hated that game.
Okay, you played that.
I have played that. That game is so, you know, that could be, you know, because we talked about
criminal activity taking place at 12 o'clock.
You and I mean, we were kind of joking, but I don't think that would be a bad idea, is playing the games that are super fucking tough. And seeing how far we can get.
That's the kind of fun stuff to kind of think of. stuff more in the
Face
entertaining.
front. This looks like yet another perilous predicament.
Like obscure gaming is another fun one too.
Yeah.
It's a similar concept.
Or I can take over and do, you know, that show kept wanting to do, doing the NES ABCs.
Yeah, I mean, we could even do that as a joint venture. Like, maybe I could help produce it. You could do the actual, or we could both. I don't know. I got my...
Well, yeah, because I mean, we could flip flop each week.
Because I actually, man, we got to a point when Dave first got the green screen, when I was even designing a show open, because I had a song a friend of ours had made at home and gave us to use for the channel. I had mixed it down into like a 2-minute long, whatever it is, you know, opening song. I had an idea, like I had all this shit in my head for like the opening sequence. I had it all laid out, man. I think I have my outline. I think I found that notebook finally. It's pretty detailed. And it really was. It pretty much was like playing. Kind of pretty much like what you're doing with Retro First Timer, except doing like a more specific breakdown of stuff. I don't have to go back and look at the outline. But as far as like providing information, like when the game was made, when it came out, blah blah blah, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I never do any of that crap.
Because I even had the screen design in my head, using that, you know, that music. When you're playing Mario 3, when you're in the when you go in the card game and shit.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna use that music for it.
I love that music. That's great. Oh, my computer just died. Oops. Maybe that's a sign, because I'm tired as hell anyway.
I know, I'm already calling night myself. I was thinking about recording the Harry Potter thing tonight, but it's already 12:40.
Yeah, that's gonna take.
Yeah.
It's gonna take you like 3.5 hours.
The last one would have been so bad if I wasn't starting to doze off toward the end of it. Or get droopy-eyed, I should say.
Have you only got through 2? Have you not done 3 yet?
Not yet, no. And it's frustrating. There's actually been a couple times where I wanted to do it, but like tomorrow, you know, I got to be over there by 12 to see. The thing is with moving tomorrow is on my end, I'm not really under a big restraint time-wise, because I really don't have that much stuff to move. And whatever I don't get tomorrow, it's not like my parents are gonna throw my stuff out on the street, you know.
Right.
Because I had a friend.
You have that luxury where you don't have to have everything out right away.
No, I mean, I got some stuff to pack in the morning, but it's like I'm not a big hurry. It's mostly books. I have so many. I didn't realize how many books I had until I had to move them all. Boxes and boxes of them.
Used to be that way with me with VHS tapes. And them bitches was hey.
Oh yeah. Another perilous predicament.
Stanley. Come and Stan. I'll save you.
I wonder if they'll include that in the next Marvel game.
I hope so. Something with him.
Oh, that's another thing. With the DC game, there's no imperils.
I'm trying to think of who was it in Batman Beyond.
Adam West.
Adam West. That's okay. Or not Batman Beyond. Yeah, you know what I meant. Beyond Gotham.
But no, there's yeah. It's a graffiti thing in each level.
Oh, okay.
And then there's, you know, because like there's the Stan Lee or Adam West imperils in the hubs. So there's 10 of the graffitis in the hub, which is another challenge.
Where is everyone?
Because it's poster painter is what it's called. I just completed that one last night.
I know that when I get
Because
on
it gives you clues. You can go into the menu and it gives you clues to where stuff is. But some of the clues are incredibly fucking vague.
Fancy that.
Uh-oh. This wasn't in this month's bullpen bulletin.
So yeah, they're still a pain in the ass. Especially when you're just looking for something out in the middle of a fucking field. Because there's one where, there's one where you're breaking. It's in Smallville, so you know, farm town, and you're looking for sunflowers. That's fun.
Once more, the world is safe, and the heroes have saved the day.
I definitely gotta buy this game when I jump off here. Hopefully it's still on sale.
Yeah, it'll be on sale until the 27th. It's on the Black Friday sale. But yeah, you should definitely get it done. That way you can get it downloaded, and once you get everything settled, you can start playing it.
What was it, like 27 bucks or something like that?
37.
37?
For the deluxe edition. That way you'll get all the DLC when it comes out. Speaking of which, did you ever go and download the Titans pack?
Oh yeah. I did it that night. You reminded me. Did you get a chance to see any of the stuff I did for Insomniac Hours?
Face front.
I haven't watched it, but I went through and I added him to the Insomniac Hours collection.
Oh, so you haven't seen?
But I saw. Oh, you made him?
Yeah.
Shit, no, I haven't seen it. Did you upload him yet?
Nope. Well, I say that like I'm being coy. I just haven't actually done it yet.
I have no idea how that.
I mean, now that the episode's actually out, I might wait till I think I'm gonna wait till Sunday. I'll mention on the Romcast, and then I'll upload it after the show.
Yeah, because I really want to see that.
It's straight pimp. It's Dave is a pimp. I mean, I think I actually kind of pushed the boundary. When I was picturing Slick, it was like pimp-like, but not quite to the... I mean, just like white suit, like white hat with big feathers sticking out of it, fucking... Oh yeah, it was fun.
Big pimp and spending G's.
But then I did a tournament too of just random. I mean, not random. I mean, the created characters. You, me, Johnny Valentine, and so on and so forth. Some of the new ones I downloaded.
Uh-oh. This wasn't in this month's bullpen bulletin.
I actually ended up doing. I didn't realize it, but I actually ended up doing the WWE for like 3 hours.
You need to get your Crazy Universe started. Go and download some of the characters that I had in that Crazy Rumble.
Actually, I have a couple of them. And what was funny, and I didn't even plan this. I was doing when I was watching your Rumble, I was setting up a Elimination Chamber match on my end. And I had picked the same Bane you have. And I had started mine, and then I started yours, and here comes fucking Bane. I'm like, what the hell? That's the same guy.
Actually, I think I have, unless I deleted it. Yeah, 2 versions of Bane.
I wonder if you had the same one I do, or had the same one I do.
Because I've got that one, because that's like a Batman Forever version.
Yeah.
And then I've got the Dark Knight version.
I downloaded some new characters, but I'm gonna start trying to use it as streaming so I can get double usage out of it. But I'm gonna start creating. I could create Nova. I just haven't done his moveset yet.
Face front.
I created Johnny Valentine. I'm gonna create Vacant again. I created CJ Clay. I gotta create his chick, Sabrina Styles. I'll probably change her last name though. Plus, I have some of my original characters I never even made it to be in 2K18 yet either. So it's going to be a mixture of both. I'm going to get that going pretty soon. I just want to try to beef up the roster a little more.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see that. Did you get a chance to watch the Extraverse Survivor Series?
No, not yet. I haven't got to that one yet. I did watch the Royal Rumble.
Okay. When you kill the stream, because like I said, my computer died. Go check out the rerun queue, because I put all the shit in there for this one.
Okay.
As much as I could fit. As much as I could fit with it not running into 8 o'clock. But now that you've been on for a while, it's gonna run over into 8 o'clock. So I would just recommend taking out the ROMcast.
Okay.
I know you probably have your hands full right now, but there's
Either the ROMcast or Turnbuckle Talk or both. And just put the regular gaming up. It's like I couldn't even include your Insomniac Hour stuff because it was so long.
I'm actually about ready to see what I got. I'm gonna do this one last stand rescue, then I'm gonna call it a night myself. I think I might pull up Virtual First Timer and watch it real quick.
It's not long. It's probably less than half an hour.
That bad, huh?
That's longer than some of my episodes.
That's funny.
I remember like my Spy Hunter episode. I think it was only like 7 minutes.
That would explain why I thought that I actually saw most of it then. I thought I'd come in right at the end, but if it was only like 7 minutes long, I didn't have the audio on. I think I was doing something else, but I had it on up on the screen. I was in the chat. I seen, based on what Dave was saying to you, I could tell you weren't having a very good time.
No.
I think I got up and went to go talk to my mom or something. When I came back in, it was off. I'm like, oh shit. But hey, I'm gonna jump off here myself, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing and probably take a quick shower and go to bed. But yeah, check out, do up the rerun queue. I didn't do the dashboard because then I went in and saw the dashboard was changed to Marvel. I'm like, oh, Todd must be getting ready to stream.
And the timing on that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because right when I think I either was getting ready to hit the button to start, or I had just hit it, and that popped up on Discord. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I noticed it was changed, I'm like, oh, I can't start the rerun queue.
Alright, sir.
Alright, man. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here and get ready to watch some Michigan Ohio State football tomorrow and then go to another hockey game.
Well, have fun with that. Beware the snow.
Oh, yeah. Hell, man, it hit like almost 50 degrees here today. It was warm.
Yeah, same. Actually, it sounded like it was a little warmer. We got like almost to 50. It was weird. Is there like another hurricane
we got
or
like
something?
46, 47.
Did everything
a bunch of the
melt?
snow melted. Everything's a fucking mess now.
Because it's gonna freeze right back over.
Yup.
Thanks to Maker.
But alright, man.
Alright, Mike. And anybody else out there, if you've been watching, thank you very much. BananaRabbitTV.com. Do it like your life depended on it.
Because it does.
And I will keep you updated tomorrow with updates on the studio move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty, sir. Have a good one.
Alright, Mike. Yeah, you too. And I will talk to you tomorrow.
Alright, cool.
Bye later.